Hi everyone. I am going to start today, which is March 5th, Monday 2007, and goal setting to change your life. So this is my first video. This is day one of intentions and goal setting, and these are the intentions that I want to send forth. How did I get interested in doing this? I did see The Secret advertised on the Oprah Winfrey Show, and of course it was wonderful to see that this movie is changing people's lives, and it's a practical way to increase abundance, prosperity, and happiness, love, finances, ways to incorporate necessary things into your life rather than using the mindset that I don't have this, I don't have that, I can't do this. You can, through your beliefs and your intention, you can become more available and connected to these good things that are happening through your intentions and your beliefs and your mind, your mindset. So after I saw the show, of course, I couldn't help but order the DVD, and I have not finished watching the whole thing, but I did see a lot of it on the show, and some of the most important things are to ask for the things that you're hoping to attract and get, to receive those things, and I don't know, there's a third step, but I'm going to go into hopefully more about The Secret at another time. This is just a video that I want to set out to start day one with my intentions, and then you follow the connecting to your intentions, and you continue to be mindful of your intentions and your goals for 100 days, and hopefully by the end of that time you'll be closer to those things. And I have nothing to lose, so I'm going to give this a shot. The first thing I want to one of my first goals would be to make daily and weekly goals, because I have a large project to do. I want to make daily and weekly goals and complete them by 4 p.m. every day. Secondly, something new for me is to have a research work time or another activity such as walking or filling out job applications, and make a productive time for myself every day at 7 o'clock p.m. The third thing I'm going to do is exercise 30 minutes a day by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want to honor my physical body and have a goal of losing 20 pounds by July 4th. I would like to maintain my friendships that I have here in this area by visiting my friends on Sundays and possibly planning lunch out on Sundays, and also doing activities that enrich my spirit. I'm a member of the New Thought Unity Center. Some people call it Agape. It's something that I do and enjoy. So I attend those services, and I'd like to make a commitment to attend those services each week. I'd like to meditate for 5 minutes every morning. I've been watching some of my, I don't know if he's subscribed to me or not, so I can't say my subscriber, but I've been watching other YouTubers who have meditation set up on their channel, which are so wonderful, so positive. And now that I'm talking about this, I just wanted to say that I have experienced some really odd attraction type events that have happened in the last couple of weeks. The first being that in response to an internal desire I had to connect to people that were encouraging for me as a graduate student. I don't know how many of you are in graduate school, but it's nothing like college. It's nothing like undergraduate work. It's a different type of responsibility. Everything's a little bit more intense. I'm not saying that one is better than the other at all, but I'm just saying that it's a different type of stress and commitment, particularly sacrifice. And I've relocated during my graduate program, and I left a lot of my friends in a nearby city. So what I had been hoping for in my heart was that I could connect somehow with people like that could continue to encourage me while I'm in school. And believe it or not, last week when I went back to this city, one of my friends, I stopped by one of my friend's house and she was home. I had been calling her, she hadn't picked up the phone. But this particular time, she called me on a Saturday night late, and I was going over on Sunday anyway, and she was home. I didn't think she would be there because sometimes she's just not there when I stop by. And we had the most supportive reunion that I could ever imagine, and I just felt, so connected and positive and powerful. And that's just something that is just so important for me to continue to be committed and just keep pushing forth during some of my stages of work. So, I guess this is the intention to continue to maintain these supportive friendships. Sometimes for me, I experience what could be called scientific burnout, and it's because I've been doing the same type of analysis for so long, the same type of writing for so long, and the same type of project for so long. I just sort of, it's just not interesting as interesting as it used to be. One of the things I'd like to do is to find creative ways to renew my commitment to my career. And that could include making more science videos. I mean, I don't have any on the channel, basically, and I'd like to commit to making some videos, slideshows of things that I do, and, honoring my my spirit of just being someone that I do something that's very unique. I look at genetic studies, I look at population genetics, and I was trying to think of a name for the type of work that I do, and it's not something that people hear a lot of. I mean, certainly I do some teaching, but as far as my research is concerned, I've been called a toxicologist, I've been called a genetic ecotoxicologist, I've been called an evolutionary genetic ecotoxicologist. What I consider myself is a pioneer that analyzes genetic models, population structure. I solve and describe population structure, and I look at the genetic change that occurs after an environment has been stressed with toxicants, pollution, temperature change, habitat fragmentation, and I need to connect with the excitement that I had when I first started this field. And it's just been such a long road, but I started this type of work back in 1990, I guess it was 1992, that I started my first research job, so to speak, as an undergraduate. and I was just fascinated by looking at the fluorescent binding of cesium chloride and DNA, cesium chloride, ethidium bromide with cesium chloride would bind to the DNA, and we would hold it up to a UV light and it would just glow, and it would fluoresce. And I've never felt so excited about looking at the molecular level of an organism, no matter what it is. And I'm very fortunate that I get to do that for a living. I'm very fortunate that there are people in the field that are smarter than I am, so that they can discover some of the novel and experimental ways to look at genetic change, and I can basically just decide which ecosystem and which organism and how I can incorporate that into a pertinent question. So I enjoy what I do, and I want to make that something that burns inside me a lot stronger than it has. One other goal that I have is to write 2 chapters of my thesis by March 30th. I know it sounds ambitious, but actually I've got bits and pieces of it in all kinds of different formats. And what I need to do is get it all together and, in a completed document, and honor these deadlines that I have so that I can continue to move forward. In 2008, which is next June, I would like to attend an evolution meeting, an Association of Systematic Biologists and Evolution. I've been to the meeting at least 3 other years prior. I haven't gone for the last 2 years. This year, my goal is, while evolution is taking place in June, I want to be meeting with my committee and setting up a defense state for my research. One other minor goal I have, something that I want, is what's called a class ring. And I don't think my university in Ohio offers a class ring, but I never got a class ring from my undergraduate university. And I'll show in another video what the significance of this ring is and why I like it. But it's definitely something I'd like to get and save the money to get. And also in other videos, I'll show some of my visualization boards where I use imagery to connect more with the things that I hope for myself. So outside of what I've just said, for me, my general intention is to connect with my physical body, to connect with my spiritual body, to connect with my mental body, and to honor all of those parts to the extent that they complement each other. I mean, you could call me a spiritual scientist, if you will. I've heard that expression. But I want to be someone that is adventurous and educated and curious and intuitive and useful, and someone who makes a contribution to solving the problems that occur, in an individual, in myself, and in my community, as well as the environment, the world that I live in. I'd like to make a difference. I'd like to change the world if I could. So those are my intentions, and thank you for watching.